If you're already here, I invite you to just drop in as you are called, perhaps like I am, with some nice, slow, deep breaths and some sighs. I was called to be off my mat today and on the couch so I could put my face in the sun like a kitty. And I invite you to call in self-love and collective love. And I see some beautiful beings. If you're on Facebook, I believe I can see if you join the most easily. I'm also on YouTube, the 0 Point Leadership Academy, Facebook, and Instagram. Hello, beautiful Stephanie, Persephone. Feel free to comment if you're here. Depending on the platform you are on, I will see. So I invite you to bring in a self-love hug. And today we're doing meditation and mudras and breath work only. Not only because that's what I was feeling for the collective, but also myself. I almost wanted to just take a nap and was called to still come on and do it in a way that was more grounding and calm. So I invite you to come into a self-love hug, and let's just take at least a minute and 33 seconds to just breathe in our own way. So breathing in, sigh it out if that feels good. Breathing however feels good for you. Could be in and out the nose as well. Continuing to just drop into yourself as it feels good. Switching the self-love hug grip if that feels good as well. And going really deep and hard with that loving, squishy hug, as my son calls it. Letting your head come back if that feels good to open up the throat. Really hugging into yourself as this potent self-love is that medicine that will ripple from the inside out to all that is. Let's do 5 more deep, slow breaths, how it feels good for you. Finishing up your breaths, I invite you now to just lovingly massage your scalp. We're really just going to focus on seated self-love, massage, breathing, and meditation today, and some mudras as well. We'll do after we do some breath work, remembering our intention. Our intention is to start with the self-love, rippling out into collective love, knowing that if you or anyone else you know is really struggling or processing through anything, in a sense we all are, especially at that collective level, you can gently pull your hair if that feels good, massage your scalp with your fingertips. And we are all processing. We all chose to come here. And today I was lovingly requested by a friend to
honor people who have died by overdose or suicide or any other challenging circumstance that felt untimely. So today, just so I make sure I remember to do so, I'm lovingly honoring a woman named Michelle, who is the sister of my good friend Esther Sheila. She died by overdose. I'm also honoring Suzanne Rohr and John Cowan. I'm honoring many others that are on my mind as well that I know died this way. Also, Kyle Bear Woods, the son of my beautiful friend Michelle Bellamond, and any other beings. If you are hearing my voice in this now or in the future, I invite you to honor them. And if you're just joining right now, we're just lovingly massaging our scalp or scratching our scalp, pulling our hair. And I invite you to do it a little longer than you normally would. I'm feeling called to do it for a while longer right now. My right here in my meridian of my scalp is really asking for some attention, so I'm giving it some pretty firm massage right here with the tips of my fingers. So if that's available and safe for you to do right now, either now or in the future, I invite you to lovingly massage your scalp as we breathe together. So I'm actually going to keep doing this. If your guidance is telling you to stop at any point with the scalp scratches and massages, feel free to just follow your guidance. I'm called right now as we're opening up our collective crown chakra to really give it some love, find some tender spots, and really stay there doing some gentle or firm circular motions with the tips of your fingers, pulling the hair, or gently just caressing the scalp. So as we do that, I'm going to call in some breath work and continuing to honor those who have died in challenging ways, because they are our warriors who chose to take that act. And of course, someone who I completely forgot to mention was earlier, was the father of my son, Clinton Cooper, who died by suicide in 2020. And I honor his choice and honor his journey and all those others I mentioned earlier, because my personal belief, and I honor all perspectives around this and welcome all perspectives, is that we have some lessons to learn from them. Obviously, not only to avoid that, as I do feel that we're all here in this now moment for a purpose, to be able to live out our lives as long as possible and then exit in a conscious way that isn't by shameful suicide or feeling like we have no purpose or through an overdose, and knowing that their purpose is still powerful and worthy, and that we're able to learn through their experience and what they experienced through taking those actions, and not shaming them or judging them, but instead honoring them today. So we honor all those people we mentioned, the spirits of those people, the bodies that they were here, and the spirits of those bodies, and those people who chose to exit in those challenging ways through overdose or suicide. We honor them now, and we see the part of them that is us and the part of us that is them. So go ahead and release the massage of your scalp if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and bring our hands together. I'm called to invite us to bring our thumb to our third eye. And like I said, I was called to be at my window on my couch today, not only to be more cozy in this more meditative practice rather than more poses or asanas, but also to bring in the sun energy. So let us bring our thumb to our third eye, or whatever feels good for you. And let's gently massage that third eye with our thumb and the tips of our eyebrows. Since we are just working with our crown, let us move down to our third eye as we bring in some affirmations and breath work. So our breath is going to be in through the nose, out through the nose, sealing the lips. If that's available to you, I know a lot of things are processing now. If that's not available, Do whatever you need to do to breathe all the way down to the diaphragm and out, bringing the belly button to the spine to exit all of this unused and spent air. Let's call in some affirmations as we keep breathing. And if it feels good to repeat after me, feel free to do so. I honor myself. I honor everyone. I honor my journey. I honor the journey of everyone. I choose love. I choose peace. I choose peace. I choose safe conflict within that peace. I honor safe conflict, knowing that peace will involve conflict, and I am strong. I can heal through all safe conflict, and I no longer welcome any violent conflict. I understand that peace will not be perfect as my ego thinks it may. It may involve more conflict as we speak our truths. And I honor safe conflict. I honor peaceful yet difficult communication. I understand the road to peace can be uncomfortable. I choose to find power in the discomfort. Going ahead and releasing your hands if you haven't already. Let's rub our hands together, just like so. Yesterday we were doing it kind of fast, and I invite us today, if it feels good, to do more of a slow undulating movement with our palms. We're going to consciously open up our beautiful hand chakras right here. So I invite you to take your middle finger of each hand as you gently sway your hand side to side. I invite you to take your middle finger. Right now I'm doing a clockwise spinning. However, you might be called to do in another direction. There's really no true right or wrong with this. I am doing clockwise. That's just what's coming through for me. Looking at my hand, it's clockwise. And just visualize those Iron Man, Iron Woman hands lighting up. Kind of let your fingertip tickle your palm a little bit, like you might gently pet a animal friend or a child, giving your love to that inner child, inner teen, inner young adult, nurturing, regenerative adult, letting all of them coming into this now moment of rest and restoring. If you're able to do so, close your eyes. Bring your palms together and visualize your palms clicking together like two magnets. And let us call in some more affirmations that are coming through for me. I am a magnetic being. I lead the way with love. I lead the way with love. I heal all judgment of myself and others with unconditional love, forgiveness, and compassion. I am the spirit of compassion. I am able to be resilient through others' turbulent times. I am able to be resilient through others' turbulent times, and I hold steady my creation of reality, even through others' fear. I see that their fear at the deepest level is love. Fear is safe. Fear is safe. Fear is safe. Fear is love. And that fear has the ability to grow just like we grow as a person into something that really feels like love. I invite us now to bring in some mudras. Let us go ahead and squeeze our fists together, scrunch our eyebrows. If that feels good, scrunch our face, and allow ourselves to feel that discontent, anger, feelings of not wanting to be here on this crazy planet, anything, feelings of, oh, I hate having to make money. Oh, I'm going to let some words and phrases come out for myself, and I invite you to out loud or internally, or if you're watching on the stream and feel called to comment them as well, allow those phrases to come out of discontent and anger and annoyance. Oh, I hate bureaucracy. Oh, I hate war. Oh, I hate our money matrix. Oh, I want to simply be a mother. Oh, I simply want to be a teacher. I simply don't want to worry about making stupid money. Oh, allow yourself to feel that and slowly open your palms as you breathe in and out, and undulate the fingers and allow the energy of expansion and surrender to contrast those feelings of polarity and crunching and other feelings that we just had come out. Just let your fingers undulate, and also let your wrists and upper arms undulate like we were doing yesterday. We undulate the fingers, which is symbolic of letting our energy body along with our physical body flow and surrender. And let's just call in a couple more affirmations I'm feeling come through. I honor when I feel discontent, and I allow it, and then know when it is time to let it go. And the guidance I've gotten recently from both science and spirit is that 90 seconds is really all we need to feel those more dense emotions. So let yourself feel them and know when it's time to let them go. Because holding on, maybe it's longer than 90 seconds, of course, for some things. However, generally, that's all we really need. Let's go ahead and call in some mudras now. Yesterday, we were just going from each finger. Now I'm called to call in some other mudras. You could do some research on what these mudras specifically mean. I personally don't even know all the meanings of all of them. I just intuitively do them. So I'm feeling called to bring in the one that we know of. This is rock on, but with love, calling in love. So going ahead, I know for me, there's a little weakness in my pinky as I do this. So I'm going to honor that energy coming in through that pinky, seeing beautiful bright light coming into the pinky, feeling that energy of the universal symbol of love through this mudra. If that feels good for you, I love you. I'm going ahead and honoring that energy and moving to the other hand. I know for me, I sometimes have to help my hand a little bit with this one. So going ahead and honoring that, and let's go ahead and do it with both hands, meeting the fingers, just like so, into love multiplied into divine neutrality, symbolizing, yes, divine masculine, divine feminine within us coming in to meet in the center in love. And I see some new beautiful people have just joined. at least on the Instagram side. Hello, Kelsey. We're just calling in some beautiful mudras. The love, I love you mudra, them meeting together if that feels good. And let's call in a few more affirmations. I am love. We are love. Only love is real. I am love. We are love. Only love is real. Let's call it in one more time. If it feels good, say it out loud and lovingly proud. I am love. We are love. Only love is real. If it feels good, I'm just feeling a energy of a portal right here in front of me, opening up our collective and self energy portal, energy body, to these energies that can be cleansed clean of any paranoia, frustration, annoyance, which are all to be honored and to be washed clean with this energy of understanding and love and above. There's even energies and feelings beyond that. And so let's go ahead and release the mudra into just our typical prayer hands, bringing our thumb gently to caress our throat. We were working with our crown and third eye. Let's gently move down and really just caress our throat with our thumbs. And if it feels good, you can split apart your hands a little bit and massage the lymph nodes with our thumbs. Just do whatever feels good to bring love to your throat. You can even release your hands and massage those shoulders, coming back into prayer, symbolizing taking any excess energy here, especially any energy that you notice. I know for me and some friends right now, some energies around, oh, should I say this? Should I post this? Should I do this? All this energy we have around questioning our ability to express. And while, of course, we should be lovingly tactful in what we say and do, especially using our throat chakra, I honor and offer that we can express ourselves 100% without fear of what people will think, and letting any kind of filter, so visualize maybe that there's some different colored filters over your throat chakra that you can lovingly set aside, and we will actually call in a beautiful fire here at the end, which we will put anything we kind of created in this pile into that beautiful fire. We'll call in the violet flame. So let's go ahead, just honoring time. It is 10:33 a.m. Mountain Time. So let's go ahead and start moving down the chakras. We're going to do the other chakras a little faster. Ooh, moving down into the beautiful heart, our 0-point field. Ooh, yeah, let's spend a little time here as we lovingly massage our heart chakra. So I like to take my fingertips and massage my beautiful heart chakra. Oof, yeah. Just noticing any tender spots and just calling in again. Ooh, loving that sun right now. Calling in those beings that we called in and honored earlier, specifically who died by suicide and overdose. We honor the lessons that you chose to volunteer for us to learn through. And I heal my heart in this now from all feelings of regret and survivor guilt. And even anyone listening today who might not have experienced losing someone by suicide or overdose, however, it's probably almost everyone listening right now, just know that we are all holding space for millions and billions that are maybe on the edge of choosing to be here or not. And we want you to know, and we ripple out through this moment, through the infinite waves of connection, through the sun that I'm connected to right now, through these etheric waves, through the beautiful internet. We want you to know that we honor your choice and lovingly have no attachment. And that is hard for my ego to say. However, I honor that your choice, no matter what, will allow your beautiful eternal spirit to always live on. And I lovingly stand for you to be here in the physical because Earth needs you. Earth and we need your beautiful gifts. And so I honor your choice. And those of you listening now, I invite you to think of somebody, whether here in the physical or not, who needs to hear these affirmations, and call them into yourself, most importantly, first. You have a beautiful purpose. You are whole, perfect, and complete. Perfect the way you are, and perfect the way you are not. I understand that you have fear. I understand that it's scary. I understand that this money game is overwhelming. And let us co-create a world of sacred economy, sacred abundance, sacred love, sacred accordance with all of nature's laws and loving laws. Now let's go ahead and come into that self-love hug again. Grand Rising, Brooke. Thanks for being here. Going ahead and hugging ourselves, that squishy hug, trying to go a little deeper. Ooh. And if you're anywhere near the sun, if not, no worries. You can also just do this with any light, as that is still an aspect of sun. I invite you to close the eyes, if that's safe to do so, and point the eyeballs towards the third eye, which is between the eyebrows and slightly above. And allow the sun to come into your whole body, going down into the heart, down through the solar plexus, sacral, and root, down through the feet chakras, down to the earth star chakra, our collective earth chakra, and back up and around to the chakra above our head, our soul star chakra, connecting chakra 0, the earth star, through 1 to 7, up through 8, and up into infinity in both directions. Connecting to all parallel incarnations in this now, and lovingly dissolving any lifetimes we no longer need to anchor in, extracting all lessons we need from those so we can bring in all infinite energy into this now, unlocking our superhero self. We are unlocking our superhero self. We're unlocking our superhero self with the ultimate superpower of love, compassion, and forgiveness. Love, compassion, and forgiveness, which may make way to other superhero self powers like telepathy, telekinesis, and teleportation, only and only and only if we're coming from love. That might be in this physical life or another, but non-attachment to the superpowers of physicality, more so to the knowing our superpower of love, compassion, and forgiveness is the most powerful. And this will make way to our practical superpowers of community building, growing food, creating our own needs, such that we can lovingly dissolve and break away from other structures that are not created from full love and were only created for force and control. And those things helped us learn, so we honor those things. Switching your self-love hug if that feels good. Let's end with some beautiful breath work. And those of you who are joining on other platforms, Sandra, thanks for being here. Let's go ahead and come into that self-love hug so tight and honor some affirmations and breath work as we take these last 4 minutes. I love and appreciate myself fully. And now I invite you to personalize. That feels good. And say out loud some things that you've actually been resilient through or are currently being resilient through. So I'll give examples for myself. And you could say your name if that feels good, like so. Maral, you have been so strong through the death of Leo's dad. And I just honor you. And I appreciate you. And you know that this was a part of our collective journey to help others who have felt suicidal and to help young people see the shadow, integrate, and love it. You are a strong, beautiful teacher and mother and leader, and you are supposed to be here. So I invite you, by example, out loud if that feels good, or in your mind, in your mental hearing, say out loud to yourself using your name. Say your name and some things specifically that you have or are currently being resilient through. Take a moment to do this. Notice if it feels awkward or if you don't want to do it. I invite you to push through that and do it anyway, as working the muscle of self-love. When you complete, come back to some breaths. And you can also come into some massage as we give everyone a few moments to do that. Go ahead and wrap up your statements to yourself of appreciation, knowing that you can continue them on your own and write them down, as this is that potent power of self-love as it ripples out into collective love. Self-love is collective love. And let us end with some breath work and visualization of the more beautiful world our hearts know is possible. So let us go ahead and massage our ears, which will unlock our, not only massaging our energy body through the portals of our ears, but also our ability to hear and listen to others. This is something I am working on myself and empowering through massaging the ear lobes and the sides of the ears as we breathe in and out. Just knowing and trusting we integrated so much. We'll do a very short mini Wim Hof breath. This is very mini. We'll just breathe in 5 times in a circular breath like so. Be in the stillness, letting the out breath flow out. Breathe in. Bring your hands to your heart like so. Holding. Let it all out. We call in a more beautiful world our hearts know is possible, as we know and trust that love is unstoppable. The way of love will always win, as we see that every virtue and sin is a part of all that is, and we honor the players that played things that were dark, and we honor all the shady things that happened in all those dark lit parks, and all those times where we felt alone. We knew that even down to the core of our bones, that we are love. We are love, and we are merging with the above, and we are creating a new earth that is abundant and full of self-worth. And let us now call in our dreams, and we see that all the things that we wish to create are not as far as they seem. In fact, they're here right now. So I invite you now to call in your dreams. For me, I wish to continue to be a leader for humanity at all levels. connecting with cosmic family. I invite you now to call in your dreams. Say them out loud if that feels good. And calling in being a purposeful mother and wife, one that listens and speaks with love and understands. Let us bring that self-love, all that we created, visualizing, helping others. Breathe it all back into your heart. Your beautiful 0-point field. And invite you to visualize the zonar symbol, just simply the letter Z with an infinity through the center. Seeing that zonar symbol, creating love across space and time. Knowing that as I declare this rhyme, we are so divine and on divine time, exactly where we need to be. Knowing and trusting that we, humanity, all chose to come here, you see. We are one humanity. As we merge with cosmic family, we remember the gathering before coming to this planet where we chose to forget, and we are now choosing to remember. And in this beautiful November of portal power energies, we are peaking our beautiful energies of truth, understanding, compassion, and joy. Joy is courageous. Joy is one of the most courageous acts. Self-love is a courageous act, so I invite you now to know you are the one you've been waiting for. Thank you all. I'm going to just stay on for a moment to just honor if there's anyone who wants to share anything instead of hopping right off. In honor of listening, which is part of my creation for myself. I'm just going to stay on and just bring in this energy between my palms. And if anyone wants to share anything in the comments on any platform I'm on now, I would love to hear it or share it with me privately. Those of you in Pueblo, here in about an hour, I'll be going to the Empty Bowls event. Thank you, Kelsey. I see your love. Mwah. Going to the Empty Bowls event here in Pueblo for the Pueblo School for Arts and Sciences Network, for which I used to be a teacher, and I love still supporting them. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you so much, my beautiful friend. That Kelsey just said, thank you so much, my beautiful friend on Instagram. Kelsey is a huge part of my loving journey, actually, my self-loving journey. She helped me join a beautiful community of women who I'm still a part of that has helped me do so much healing. So I thank you, Kelsey, for you and Sarah helping me so much with that. And I see Sheila here on Facebook. We are love. Thank you, family. Thank you, Sheila. Yes, I'm staying on here for a while to invite any shares, and I appreciate the gratitude, and I reflect it, I receive it, and I lovingly take it in, let it go through my body, and then I reflect it back. But I'm not deflecting it. I'm receiving it, and now I'm reflecting. Thank you, and I appreciate you all. And Kelsey says, every time I tune in with you, it is so powerful and abundantly wonderful. Thank you. I received that. And Kelsey, I reflect it to you, because you are, like your name says on Instagram, thriving creator. And yes, thank you, Kelsey. I'm so glad I'm still in that community too. Ooh, Stephanie has a good share. Thank you. Stephanie Persephone on Facebook says, thank you, Moral. What a powerful experience to embody self-love we don't always acknowledge. Our day had been activated with love. Stephanie and I actually started the day together at the gym where we go together, oftentimes early at 5 a.m. when they open. So we got to start with some activating quantum conversations about parallel realities and more. And then she also joined me just now. So Stephanie Persephone, along with Sheila, Esther, Rania Love on Facebook, and Brooke, who also joined, and others that I might not have seen that you're on. I only see that if you're here, if you comment, and also Kelsey and others on Instagram. All amazing people who I have received guidance and wisdom from, and they have so many services and healing modalities they offer. So definitely connect with them if you're so called. I'm just going to stay on for another minute as I just be in this love. I'm so glad I chose to be on the couch rather than the yoga mat. My ego was saying, "Oh, you need to be on the yoga mat. That's proper." But I was like, I almost want to just take a nap. And so I found the perfect middle ground of now I will take a short nap before I go to the Empty Bowls event while my daughter's still napping. So I'm not declaring like every single day that I'm going to be here at 10:10, but oftentimes for the next few weeks, I will be here at 10:10 a.m. Mountain Time on Instagram, as well as personal Facebook, Zero Point Leadership Academy Facebook, and my Zero Point Leadership Academy YouTube. Multi-streaming here. 11422. Ooh, that numerology feels very powerful somehow. I'm not going to dive into it mentally and how, but 11422 today on this beautiful Friday. And Kelsey, oh, thank you. I love getting comments because when I tune into lives, I always like to be interactive. So I love when others interactive back. Kelsey on Instagram says, "Thank you for seeing me in my beingness, Maral. I love you so very much. So beautiful and amazing to tune in with you." Thank you, Kelsey. Yes, that's what love is. That's what community is all about. It's seeing each other, it's honoring each other, and lovingly dissolving the toxic competitiveness. Of course, I love sports. I want to be on American Ninja one day. Like, I like watching that sometimes. So, not at all am I against competition, even economic competition to a healthy degree. And as we create co-opetition and sacred economy, we're going to see the toxic competitiveness going away. We're going to see that dissolving. And yay, speaking of friends, I see my beautiful friend Holly Bordeaux on, who has been one of my close friends since I was little. Hello, on Instagram. And we're just wrapping up a really powerful self-love session. Feel free to go back to it. I'll post it on Instagram. We're doing some self-love. Oh, I'm going to have to stay on a little bit to just say hi to all these people and hear what you're up to. Also, Ashley Kelly of Samsara Unbound joined, and Holly just commented 4 beautiful heart emojis. So if you're just joining, I invite you to just bring your hands to your heart or come into a self-love hug, because that was the biggest part of what we did today, and honoring and seeing each other, honoring people who have exited in challenging ways, and coming back into self-love and affirmations and breathing. Yes, these are challenging times, that we chose to be here. Let's always remember that. And no matter your spiritual beliefs or maybe not spiritual beliefs, I honor anyone's beliefs in how we are here. How is it that we're here? There's no right or wrong. I mean, I know what I believe, and I feel really good about coming into the space of like, and I'm not right. Oh, that feels so good. Because that's been a story of mine of always wanting to be right. Still something I'm healing, and I feel really divinely neutral for the most part, where I don't feel like I need to convince others or be right anymore. And oh my God, that's freeing. So bringing it back to beliefs, like I don't feel the need to say, oh, well, we die and we go to heaven and blah, blah, blah. My belief is that yes, we end this physical life, and we do have a place we continue on to. That's my belief. But if that's not your belief, that's beautiful. Maybe there's another journey you have to, with your physical energy, to have a different belief or different journey. Even perhaps there are different ways that we all move on. Anything is possible. That feels really good. And Kelsey says, I love to hear about the coexisting transformation of the land we are all so powerfully working on in our own ways. Yes, Kelsey. Yeah, just powerful to know. So my belief is that we are merging our earth with what I would call a new earth, with what the spiritual place of heaven or astral city, as I talk about in my book Cosmic, inspired by a book and movie called Astral City, which I highly recommend. It's a Portuguese film that has really good English subtitles, and I do believe that we are coming into a space where we can collaborate, even with the beings I mentioned earlier, even with beings who exited through suicide or overdose, and other, of course, and all the other ways beings have exited. We can be in conscious communication with these beings. And another thing is like great minds. For me, Alan Watts, Prince, many other beings, Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., so many other beings. Let me think. I'm trying to think of some women being able to call upon, Princess Diana, other beings that have this wisdom, like their spirits. My belief again is that they're still here, and that we can help with their help, and of course with our help. They need our help just as much as we need their help. They're helping channel in some blueprints, kind of like an architect has blueprints of how to do this. And the number one thing is the self-love, and then how that ripples out to community love. And Kelsey, the name of the movie, highly recommend. She asked the name of the movie I was just mentioning. It's called Astral City. So I'm actually going to put it in the comments here on Facebook, and I also put it in the comments. I think you can watch it on Amazon Prime movies or whatever, their content. And then it's also a book, which I did find free online too. But basically it is, I'll just tell you quickly just so you can get some more context. It's an amazing true story that I do believe is true, of a man who is a doctor. And it's amazing because there's a lot of ways to validate it logically too, where he died an untimely death, and he went to Astral City or heaven, had a lot of experiences that most of the movie is about, and it's amazing, where he goes there and he's still feeling all these feelings, and he's like, why am I feeling this here? Which was something I actually put in Cosmic, my book, where the character inspired by my son's father died by suicide, just like he did in real life. And he gets there and he meets the spirit of the character inspired by my daughter. And he's like, why am I feeling this here? He's like, I thought I was supposed to just like be free of this here. And he's like, well, actually, when you die, that stuff doesn't go away. You actually have to deal with it even more because you like see it even clearer. And then a man named Xavier Chico was designated to channel all of his amazing experiences kind of once he works through it and becomes like victorious in his healing path, for a short explanation. And then he channels all this information. And this man, who lived many, many years after this man had died away, died physically, knew all this information about this man he never knew in the physical. And his name, the doctor's name, was named Andre Luis. The film, like I said, is in Portuguese. And he, for someone who might not believe in this, one thing I offer is like, well, how would someone know all this information, that he was a doctor, how he died, especially pre-internet, all this stuff? He knew all this stuff about him, and of course was channeling all this beautiful information and visualizations of what heaven looks like. Dude, yes, Kelsey, she said that sounds like my kind of movie. I would just watch it ASAP. It's amazing, and I love the Portuguese language. It's so beautiful. I've watched it so many times. Again, it's called Astral City. And then also, if you are called to read Cosmic, which you can get at the link in my bio, it's inspired by Astral City, which is the story of Cosmic is a story of 7 women who unveil an ultimate truth for humanity. And hi, Chanel on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I am gonna wrap up. And I just honor our self-love and collective love as it relates to our ability to unlock our superpowers. Feels so good to know that, when we feel overwhelmed with all this talk of bullies just wanting to fight, aka political leaders wanting to have war, I don't laugh at it in a negative way, but I also honor that that's their path. And I also honor that our path as a majority collective is to create loving peace. And like I said earlier, safe conflict. That has been the thing to help my ego know that peace is possible. Oh, hi, Chanel. Thank you. And my uncle, merhaba, bonjour. My uncle Selim just joined. Knowing that peace is possible from the practical standpoint of uh, it's going to be safe conflict. So what that means is, like, as we start to speak our truths and create a world of peace, it doesn't mean that it's all going to be perfect and singing kumbaya all the time. It's going to be that a lot more, hopefully. And, you know, for an example, let's just use an example because I know Kelsey will love this, or Stephanie too. Let's say Stephanie and Kelsey and I are all having like a disagreement, but because we're coming from love and peace, I can hear what Kelsey says and be like, okay, I hear that. I actually lovingly disagree with you, and here's what I feel. And then maybe she'll say something that kind of gets me ruffled, and maybe I'll even have to step away and get a little angry, but then I come back and say, okay, I had to process that. And so we might have more conflict as we create a world of peace. But again, that's safe conflict versus violent conflict. And that's the distinction. If we can teach our young leaders this, like we're doing with 0 Point Leadership Academy, definitely give us a follow if you're interested in our New Earth Learning Circles. We're having another one on 11/11. Let's teach our young leaders and reteach ourselves how to have that safe conflict, how to have loving communication, and also that discomfort communication. So that's going to be the key where we can create a lot of peace. Peace, again, doesn't mean peace is not a place to get to, it's a place to be from. And sometimes it involves uncomfortable conversations and being able to listen from our spirit, not just from our ego. And thank you, Kelsey, for the beautiful comments. And Ashley, I love you too. Yeah, definitely. We have to create chaos and churn the soil, like Ashley Kelly is saying. Oh, well, yes, peace is a place to be from, not a place to get to. So peace on earth is here. We're just rippling out to all the spaces and places on earth. And at the same time, having non-attachment to know that the someone having peace in their own heart is going to be their own choice. And you having that peace in your own heart and self-love in your heart is only going to help them get there. And we can't force them or try to fix or change them. It's been a lesson for me too. Well, I love you all. Definitely catch replay if you came at the end. I'm going to be coming on at 10 a.m. as much as possible, mostly Monday through Friday, but perhaps on the weekends too. So just stay tuned, and I'll sometimes make posts beforehand or just jump on around 10 a.m. as that's when my daughter usually naps. I love you all. Peace, peace, peace. We've got this. Just keep swimming. Connect to your true purpose and love. I know it's hard to play this money matrix sometimes, so let's recreate it and reprogram the matrix with love to create sacred economy. Love or above. Bye, everyone.